edges up and popping, up and popping, and pumping. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I should put something on, it's cold. Don't mind it, this is just, just lounge wear. Alright, don't get the edges on this side. Go ahead and look extra big today. But yeah, hey y'all, how you doing? If you're back, I appreciate you. We pretty litty over here. Litty as a now that I got my caffeine going, I'm about to be up and stuck. All right, last video, my voice was a little bit lower, all because my daughter was Zooming. So if you watch my first video, kind of explain like who I am, how I am. This video right now on how I found out I was pregnant at 16 with my baby girl. Her name is Melania. She's 8 years old. Oh, and by the way, my name is Michayla. Hi. I'm 25 years old. I'm a college student. I'm a mother first before anything. But yeah, I was gonna take notes, but like it was like yesterday. Like she's already 8 years old. Like so much has happened between then and now. Any mothers out there, you will I should say any good mothers, because trust me, there's some people that I ran across and they just don't know nothing about their baby. Like, oh, I think he's 8. He could be going on 16. Like, big. Okay. That's how you do? That's what, okay. Hey, God. And don't quote me on that either. That doesn't make you a bad mother either. I'm trying to say this without offending anybody. Like, I get it, sometimes it's kind of forgettable, especially if you have multiple kids. I have one. So it's like, maybe I shouldn't really say anything on it. But hey, I'm just saying, really not here to judge it. Don't come for me, don't come for me, don't come for me unless I send for you. Right, that's gonna be my thing. So, didn't really have to think about this until now. To get this out into the world, like, I really feel like this could be something for somebody. Like, I'm not promoting teenage pregnancy, but like I know it's out there. I was one of them. You can succeed. Any teenager out there watching this, any young person that is pregnant in their teen years, just know there's gonna be some rough patches. You'll make it through. For those goals and dreams that you have for yourself, that you have as a parent, you can succeed. And that's really why I'm just throwing this out there, because I went through a lot. I wouldn't say my pregnancy was hard. It was kind of stressful, but at the same time, let's just keep it all light and happy and all that, and joyful, and and something to actually really look forward to. Because one, I've always had a job as a teenager. I got my first job, I want to say 14, 15, right? I found out I was pregnant when I was 16. So like I already kind of understood I need to keep a job, because I'm not gonna lie. I was a teenager. I was kind of a reckless teenager. I ran away. I hung out with the fast crew. That's another story for another time. I really don't want to shout out them, because like they're really irrelevant, like very irrelevant to me. All I gotta say is, who your real friends are when they get mad. When someone gets mad at you, that's when their true colors come out. Like I said, that's another story for another time. I say the summer of 2011. So that summer, mind you, I met her dad in middle school. So like I'll give a quick little background on that. Him and I had a mutual understanding that we were attracted to each other. It was such a cute little flirty, the cute little butterflies, the cute little playful, like, I see you, I'll punch you. I was that girl, like, if I liked you, I will abuse you kind of thing. Now that I'm older, you can't play like that, because people can go to jail, man or female. Like, I'm not for domestic violence. Boom. I met him in the 8th grade. I live in Minnesota, but like, I'm not gonna say the city, but I met him in North Dakota. Right? And then like we're literally like on the borderline. Like I could literally go across the bridge and I'm in North Dakota, literally come back. I could be in 2 states in 1 day. That's how close I am. You can go on the map and try to figure out where the hell I am. Go ahead. But anyways, so I met him in middle school. We were so cute back then. Now he gets on my nerves. Like, I just want to strangle him sometimes. That's relationship. I'm getting thirsty thinking about, I don't know what it was. I wouldn't say hot in the past. For some reason, I knew he was gonna be mine. Like, you ever just know some people, like you get to know people and you're like, they gonna be in my life forever kind of thing. Like, I just knew we were gonna be tight. Like, I knew we were gonna be tight. Clearly, we were more than just tight. We got a whole child out here. A child that looks like me but acts like him. If you know, you know. Yeah, I met him in middle school. How many times I said it? We met in middle school. We moved up here in the area I am in, like back in 2009. So I met him in 2009, mind you. So we've been crushing on each other for like 2 years before we even like.
I love you. This is what I need to say to you. You look so beautiful. I want to have sex with you.
You know, to make a baby. And like I said, we were young, but like, I don't know what it was. I was always hot in the pants. I don't mean that like I was out here just throwing it out there. Like, I wasn't one of those girls too. Like, I know what I got. I don't want to say as a young age, but like, well, that is young. That is young. But as a teenager, I kind of like, my father used this analogy, if that's even the right word. Like, you don't want to be a used car. Like, he used the used car analogy on me. Like, he's like, you want to be necessarily, like, you want to be that brand new car like everybody that wants, but like they can't have kind of thing. So, and my papa too, like my papa, like he told me too, like, if you ever feel like, I was like 13, it's like the elders in your life, it's like they see the path you're going to. So like my papa like put me aside, like my mama and my papa, I will fight a rock for my mama and papa, like don't play with me and my mama and daddy. Hey, hi, my little stanky butt. Close the door, please. Yeah, so like I was talking to my grandfather, pulled me aside. That's where I was. And papa one day pulled me aside when we moved out here, and like I said, like your elders in your families, like they just, if they see you going a certain way, they try to steer you back on the right path. So apparently he knew I was kind of like, I was starting to be a little, you know, starting to get up there. Like I how can I say this? Like I was just, I said, just people that know you, they could just see. They could just see when you're going a certain way, steer you back like, So he basically told me like, if you ever feeling like you need to go all the way with a young man, I'm not really, don't quote me on this. He didn't really say like that, but I'm just summarizing basically what I heard from what he said. Call him. That he did say. He was like, call him before anything. Then I'll let you, like, we can have a conversation. We can talk it out, all that. That's one thing I wish I kind of did, because like when I lost my virginity, it was not with the person I had a baby with, for one. It wasn't. And like, if he's watching this, there was nothing against you. I wish I waited. Especially how everything went down. I was sorry for another time too. Like I said, it was nothing wrong on your end. I just wish I waited. But that's what happens when you hang out with some fast ass girls. Like I said, that's a story for another time too. Like I have so many stories because like they're all coming up now. Like now that I'm talking about all this stuff, I'm realizing I got a lot of shit to say. So fast forward, all right, so like I already lost my virginity like before. I've known him, my daughter's dad, since like 2009. Between the two, like I'm very immature. He always jokes with me, he like, and you're supposed to be the oldest one, or you're supposed to be the da-da-da-da. But like, I'm like, I don't give a damn, like, so like I keep the relationship fun. Not saying he doesn't keep it fun, but like, I'm like the spirit of the relationship. Like I'm like I just make it fun. I know how to make a dull situation not dull. So like, if any of you parents or just anybody watch Hotel Transylvania, if you watch that movie, you know like what's her name? Mavis, and what's her husband's name? Mavis and what's his name? Like she had a zing with him. Hey, and he was my favorite character. How do I not know his name? Anyways, But like, yeah, you remember like when they seen each other and they like sing like, oh, like real life. We had that moment like in 8th grade. I won't forget it. It was like we had a science class together. I was a new student, like I was the new girl. Supposedly he said he seen me even before we had the class together, but he said he thought I was a teacher because like my mom always dressed us up as like, she always dressed us up as a lady, especially when I started developing and whatnot. Like I remember I had like a turtleneck, but it was like a turtleneck dress. But I was so into like, I'm not gonna wear all this and that, especially on my first day. Like I was always into like first impressions. Like I was always into that. Like I was like, hey, well, if I'm gonna wear something, at least it gotta be cute. Like this is what I'm thinking. I didn't say this to my mom. Like my mom would have, but so like I at least put like, you know, I had to make it look all nice. Jonathan, that's his name. Thank you, Mavis and Jonathan. But yeah, he said like after we like talked about it, he's like, yeah, I thought you were a teacher. And I was like, first of all, looking back at it, I've always been like 5'4", 5'5". Like I'm short, but I don't know. I guess he thought I was a teacher. But then when he see me in like the locker bays, that's what we called like where our lockers were. When he seen like the teacher that was like, oh, this is where your locker is. Like, mind you, I'm aware there's people around. I don't see the haters. Not saying he was a hater. Like, I'm very focused. Like, when I'm focused, I'm focused. But I can't get easily distracted. Hence, hello, this story. At that moment, like, we had a zing moment. He, like, came in late. And he didn't even have a pencil. That's another thing too. Like we had like a study hall together too. And he threw a pencil at me to play it off like, oh, I'm sorry. So can you grab that for me, right? So I grabbed the pencil for him. I used to like to draw a lot. Like I used to like to doodle. He like came over and he said, oh, what are you drawing? And like that's how he started the conversation. Like he stopped. Like you gotta understand, he was like varsity everything. Like he was straight up jock everything. So like he was trying to play it off like oh, like he smiled too. He smiled, but then he like, I didn't even like act like he didn't even notice me. And thank God, like he was like sitting behind me. Like it was so hard to say something funny and like I turned around. Okay, it wasn't that awkward, but it was so weird. Basically, we've known each other since middle school. Like when I moved out here, I lived on the west side, right? We moved to the south side of like where we are. Well, actually, I live on the other side of the state now. Or I live in the other state. Like I live in Minnesota. Like I'm not in North Dakota anymore. This is in North Dakota. Like I'm so sorry. Like I hope y'all are keeping up with this. So like when we were in North Dakota, we were like on the south side. Like that's where we initially got our place, right? I just told my mom, my cousins live there, like they go to the other school. They were in the west side, like they were on the west side. So we were like, well, we started out there, so why not just finish the school year there, right? So literally like when we moved into our place on the south side, we literally went to the school for like a week. And that's where, I think that was God, because like that's where I met him, but like when we first met him, like we were getting our library cards. Like I seen him, but I didn't really see him. Like I said, like I seen people, but I wasn't the type, like I'm not really the type to go to get attention, because like I know I draw attention kind of thing. Like, so like, yeah, I know he seen me. And that was it too. Like when we were done getting our library cards, he was always on the computers with his friends, right? So like, I guess when he seen that we were leaving, my mom, and mind you, my mom is with me. So like, I can't really, like at the time I was like, I can't really interact with you the way I want to interact with you, dude. Like I didn't fully look at his face until like my first day of school at that school. Like, and I was like, oh, like he reminded me of Little Romeo. Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, he is kind of cute. Like, cause when I seen him, he had a hat over it, and like he had like, he said it wasn't dreads at the time, but he had like twisties, but it looked like dreads to me, right? And like it was over his face. Like he always had long hair, unless he like chose to cut it off. And like when I first saw him, I was like, okay, he is kind of cute. Like remember when Little Romeo was a teenager and he always had a shirt off kind of thing? Not saying he had a shirt off or anything. I'm just saying like that Little Romeo. I'm just trying to give y'all a visual. That's who he looked like to me. So I was like, okay. We basically went to his school where when I actually seen him face to face, you know, and kind of got to know him a little bit, because we did talk throughout that week I was there. All right, he was cool. Like he was cool. He was nice. He was respectful. And then like I just left, and he even said to, he's like, and then also you just stopped coming. I was like, where did she go, right? And then he said, so and so said you live in their building, and that's how we started hanging out. Like we would set up times to like meet at the library, but like I don't know, it just never really kind of always worked out, because my mom was like, she was a single parent and she was really strict, so like I think she started catching on. and she kind of knew, like I said, I hung out in not in middle school, but like in like 9th grade year, I started hanging out with like the fast girls. Okay, like don't judge me if I did. And I think my mom peeped that, like especially when we moved on the south side, like, no, I don't want you hanging out with these fast little kids, little girls out here. Like your mama just knows. Your mama just knows. Like this is before I met them, but like she, you know, your mom kind of gets the gist of what's the environment that we're in or that we're around. So she wanted to keep her girls, it's me and my sister, we're the 2 oldest. She wanted to keep them as innocent as possible. So like, I give my mom kudos for that, because like she held on as much as she could, but like some way I found a way out. Clearly, obviously. Thank God for my baby, because like honestly that slowed me down and like made me look at my life. Like I really need to get my life together. Thank God for that. All right, so fast forward, 9th grade year. We go back to the south side. Like we go back to the south side school. So now it's my freshman year at high school. And like now I'm feeling myself. I don't know what it was. I initially found the first fast girl. We're just gonna call her the first fast girl. And she introduced me to the other fast girls at that too. So like now it's just, I don't know what it was, but like it was a big deal to be a high schooler. Like I was starting to get into my style, like who I am, because I was still technically new-ish, like, and I was the new beautiful girl. I was basically like the new, I was like the new face. I was the new face, right? And the fast girl that I know, she was fairly new, but like I said, she was fast. Like I wasn't out there like that. Like how she was out there and why people knew her for what they knew her for. Like I'm not judging her. Like I'm really not judging her. Like to this day I don't even have hate for this person, but like it is what it is. Like I wish you the best. I wish you and your peoples the best. But at the same time, why they were attracted to me, or like I don't know, like or like drawn to her, 2 different reasons. And like looking back at it, I think she was trying to get me to have that same reputation that she had. Or like she was somewhat, I hate to say like jealous. Girl, listen, you kind of put that on yourself. You really did. But you didn't. Nobody told you to introduce yourself that way. Like I was very well aware of the kind of reputation I was going for in high school. Fast forward, we're going to the same school. He's hype. Like he's always at my locker. Like we grew a friendship. That's the thing. We grew a friendship before like we ever got intimate with each other. So like fast forward 9th grade year, it was a lit year. Like I'm telling you, like our freshman year, it will never be a freshman year like mine. Like it was never, like we had both South Side and like we just had like conjoined schools, like especially the kind of school that we had at the time before everybody broke off into different high schools, because like our area has grown, but like we were like at the peak of like when everything was starting to grow off, like getting bigger. Like it's kind of a small town, but not anymore. To like the cities, like it's not really new, but like up here it's like new and like but like I'm from the city, so like it didn't really, I'm just glad that it's expanding, but it's still new. Like sometimes you gotta check some people, like I'm not from out here, like you can't be acting like that, because like I get it, you're really narrow-minded, or like you're from out here and like this is like, oh my gosh, but like chill. 9th grade year, it passed, right? And it was pretty lit. Over. Like I said, it was pretty lit. Like we were the littest freshmen by far out here, far as I know. I don't keep up with high schools anymore. I'm a grown ass woman. So like we started hanging out. Like that was another thing. Like we were friends, but like he had a whole girlfriend. And then I had a whole boyfriend like half of the year. Then that didn't work out. And that was the dude that I, my cherry with. And that didn't work out. But you're like, but that's the same person that still be watching my snaps. How you doing? Probably watching this video. Hey. Like I said, no hard feelings, no hard feelings. He had a whole girlfriend, like, and I respect relationships, but that girl was stalking me. Like, I didn't know who she was. I did after, like, towards the end of the year, because he started posting her on his social media, like at the time when Facebook was just Facebook, like old Facebook. And then it was like he started posting her. Like, we were friends even before he was dating her. So like, I don't know, she would always try to like send me friend requests. Even to this day, she still tries to send me friend requests. And it was like, girl, we weren't really that close. And like, I look at it as like, why do you, like, you're being nosy? Like, move on with your life. Like, we really didn't even hang out like that. Like, even when I was pregnant, she was trying to hang out. Like, and don't get me wrong, I was being nice, but like, I would say, I'm the type of person, like, sometimes, especially if I don't really know you, I'll say I'll hang out with you, but like, honestly, I probably won't. Like, even before COVID, it's just, I like my own space. I just do. I guess in the beginning of the summer, he broke up with her for whatever reason. That's between them. That was years ago. It's irrelevant now. Let me get some of my coffee. So we started hanging out. So I like, now, like, our obvious attraction, like, we're both single, it kind of like manifested into like what it could have been, you know? Like, we were hanging out, you know, spending a lot of time together with each other. And I'm not going to get into detail of how our first time went, because my mama gonna probably whoop my ass if I really get into it. I'm grown now though, but like, yes, the first time we ever anything, it was at my house. It was at my mom's house. And yeah, I think he was hooked ever since then. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like I said, I dated someone before him. So like, I obviously had, like I said, he was the person before him. Crazy thing is, they both had the same name. We're not gonna get all into that. Like, if you know me, you know, like, okay, so like, don't be like, oh, she got a thing for M's. And it's like, oh shit, look what I did. It was nothing like that. It's just, I don't know, maybe I just attract people with M names, but I can't really say that because, never mind. I don't know. Anyways. So like, yeah, it was at my mom's house, and like, ever since then, we really started to hang out more. I didn't have to watch nobody. It was literally like, I was working and going. Now, when I conceived our daughter, it was like our 10th grade year. We were young. So this is, I always call my daughter a homecoming baby, because like I said, he was varsity everything. That year, I was on the cheerleader squad. Mind you, I was in choir, band, and other electives, volleyball for a little bit. Like I don't know what it was. Before I moved out here, I was very committed to my stuff, but like, I was very sidetracked. Like, I was very distracted when I moved out here. I don't know, maybe it was boys, or, you know, clearly him. Like, I went to his things and stuff, but like, honestly, me, like, I was very committed to choir, but like, when it came to like other activities, like hence cheerleading, I was supposed to cheer for the homecoming night. I was supposed to cheer, you know, for the homecoming game. He was supposed to be playing. For some reason, we both like ditched. Like, that was like, that week we like didn't go to our practices or anything. And that night, we basically made our daughter. Literally, I'm telling you, I know we made her that night. We did. We made her a homecoming night. We did. Just September, June, yeah. She's a homecoming baby. Literally scored. You know, like, literally knocked it out the park. We made her that night. So how I found out I was pregnant, it was literally my mom. But like, looking back at, okay, so homecoming was like September 30th, like the end of September in my areas, right? So I don't know, but like, I always kind of knew in October, something is always going on in October for me. Like, at least used to, especially a lot back then. Like, every October, like, something big happens. So like, that October, I shit you not. Like, I remember, like, I swear I got my period, my last period, like on October 2nd. Like, I don't know why I remember that. Maybe because also the doctors asked me, like, when was your last period? My last period that I remember, it was October 2nd. But looking back at it, like, how did I not? I found out I was pregnant in December of that year, right? 2011, right? And by then I was like 13 weeks pregnant, right? And October 2nd, that's why, because like I got the birth control, what was it? It was the Implanon, where I still kind of got the scar right over here, so it's kind of faded now. But like, yeah. So like they're like, oh, when was your last period? And like they implanted, and like mind you, they have to, like, you have to check if you're pregnant, or like take a pregnancy test. That's before they insert it in you, because otherwise they can't put it in you. But excuse me, I guess my pregnancy hormone wasn't high enough. Oh my god, my pregnancy hormone wasn't high enough for them to detect that I was pregnant, but I was pregnant, right? And that explains it, because by the time I found out, I was like 13 weeks. Some people find out earlier, but like me, I don't know. Every pregnancy is different. So whoop, bam, de boom. Mind you, I'm still smoking weed, and I think I did drink once before I found, like, between October and November-ish. But like, she came out fine. She came out fine and healthy. Like, when I found out, I didn't know. Okay, I did not know. But I used to smoke. I don't know what. Man. That was one of the reasons why, like, my mom sent me to my dad's. Now, this man, I don't know. Like, first of all, she sent me to live with him, but I ended up living with my grandma. All right, I forgave dude for everything, for not being there, all that stuff. Like, I forgave him and everything. But so like we ended up coming back. Like, but I remember when I was living out there, I would eat, but I was so tired. Like, I was so tired. I think they knew I was pregnant. Like, I think that's what it was. I think she knew I was pregnant. To be honest with you. But yeah, so like I came back to my mom, right? And I don't know, my cousin, ex-husband, they were like, she's acting different, like she's acting weird. Like, he was the one that was like, why are you always wearing big sweaters? Going on fall. It was November. At this point, it was November. And like, it gets really cold up here really fast. So like, he's like, well, no, you just been very tired. I don't know, like, I guess they're just saying like all these symptoms, like you just not acting like yourself. So one day, his aunt, my daughter's dad's aunt, was saying like she's African. On my dad's side, I'm African, but she's West African too. And like, it's kind of like this thing, like when the older African woman says like they're dreaming about fishes, that means someone's pregnant. There's other things too that make someone say that, but like for her in this case, she kept saying, it was like one of my friends, we're gonna call him, I don't know, he used to live with my baby dad. I don't know, there was a bunch of kids being placed in different houses for different reasons, or maybe he just didn't want to be home. I don't remember. I don't really care, because I don't even talk to this dude anymore. Like, he's like a bitch to me, like literally a bitch. Like, he was just always in females drama. I'm not even gonna do a story time on that dude, because like I said, he's not really worth talking about. He's not. But at the time, he was my daughter's dad's friend, or like acquaintance. I don't know, because if I mention this person now, he's gonna be like, I don't even would do, like, his girl, she another one. I just need to be liked. I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. Like I said, they're really irrelevant to me in my life. I'm glad that they're happy together, but like, they're nobody to me. So like, yeah, he was always used to like come out. He would be there, and like I said, I was there. Like, I was still there. Like, me and him had a phone call about this bread. All right. So yeah, back to what I was saying, he would say like, oh, so-and-so's aunt is having like dreams about fishes, kind of thing. And like I said, that means somebody's pregnant. So like, I used to joke, I was like, it's not me. You know, it could be so-and-so, like the person that was living at their house, cousin or something. Maybe it's so-and-so, or maybe, I'm like, sure, it could be even his auntie, you know? So basically, like, but I feel like looking back at deep inside, I was kind of questioning, like, am I pregnant? So a month goes by, And like now I'm acting very more fatigued. At this point I was very irritable. Certain smells were bothering me. Like I hated the smell of grills. Like I hated the smell of like the stove coming on. I hated the smell. I used to love sweet and sour sauce. For some reason, like in my mouth, it just didn't taste right. There were so many signs like that was starting to prompt to me now. And I'm like, Like I would tell my mom that she's like, Kayla, are you pregnant? Well, no, but even if I was, I don't think I would know. Like I'm 16. How am I supposed to know? Mom used to have me like, what was that? I was very flexible. So like she used to have me do like a back bend, right? And like my older cousin who had a baby young, she was like, you should like feel a stretch. And like, I don't know if it's because I was very bendy or just already flexible, but like I didn't feel what they were describing that I was supposed to be feeling. I know I'm fine, right? Like, I don't know, I don't feel anything. But then like I said, it's like around December time, I was at a friend's house and like I was laying on her bed and I was laying on my stomach and like I was feeling like it felt like a mango. That is weird. Like I felt like a round sensation, like a ball down there, like a little baseball or something. And I was like I thought a uterus was swollen. Like, but it didn't hit me. I was like, oh, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Couldn't feel the little flutter. I was sitting there like whoa. Like I remember I laid down, then I got back up like whoa. And she's like, what's going on? I was like, so I laid on my back and I was like, feel this, right? I was like, feel this. And she's like, yeah, it feels kind of hard down there, right? And I was like, so I laid on my stomach again. And I was like, now I'm like rolling, like, what if I'm pregnant? And then she's like, that'll explain a lot because you've been like extra moody. A moody individual. I don't believe that at all. I'm the nicest person. I am a little moody, okay? And they said I was just being extra moody. And I was like, hold on, my lips are dry. Hold on. And so okay, fast forward, I went back home, and I told my mom. My mom didn't say anything. She didn't say anything at all. She didn't say anything. But the next day now, she like went to the store and then she came back with the pregnancy test. Mind you, she didn't stay. I kind of wish she did stay with me. But I think she like was already going to my cousin's house for something. And I had to work later on that day too. So like, I think I had to work later on that day. Either I had to go to work or I had like night class because like at this point I kind of dropped out of high school, like regular high school. So I went to like the alternative high school. But this is before I found out I was pregnant. Like I was just, like I said, I was just kind of a regular kid. So like I had some credits I had to catch up on. So like I said in my old video, but my other video, school was always like, I knew I had to finish it. Either it was going to be GED. At the time, I wasn't thinking about GED. Like, I always heard negative terms about GED for some reason. And I was like, I'm not getting my GED. I got it anyway. But she's like, take this. And I'll be back and let me know when I get back, right? Because to her, like, she was literally, like, going to my cousin's house. She was going somewhere. But I swear, like, someone's telling me it was my cousin's house and she was coming back. And I was just the only one there. Like, my brothers, like I said, like, I wasn't going to, like, regular public school anymore. So, like, I was the only one home. Right? Which I guess it made the whole situation really more real. Me telling my mom that like what I was feeling, like when I went laid down, like it was a hard sensation. That was like a couple weeks before this. And like, but now, like fast forward 2 weeks ahead, like I'm feeling like a ball sensation. Like, mind you, I wasn't really showing. But, like, to some people, they say, like, my stomach was starting to bulge. And, like, I didn't see it. I don't know. I just couldn't see it. Like, I didn't see it. And so, but now I can feel, like, this ball sensation. I'm telling you, it felt like a mango. Think of a regular sized mango. Like, it felt like something like that was inside me like that. And I was like, okay. So, my mom left. It took me a minute, so I'm sitting here looking at Sam, like, and I'm telling myself, like, I'm not pregnant, like, sure, like, my whole life is about to be over, like, this is 16-year-old me thinking, I was like, my whole life about to be over, like, I'm not ready to be a mom yet, I'm not even mature enough to be a mom. Like I said, I'm very playful, that's what it is. Like, I was Like I said, I was smoking weed a lot. I really don't like drinking. Even to this day, I really don't like drinking. I'm saying I do drugs or like I smoke weed now. Between the two, like that would be my go-to back then. Like that was like I would rather people had drink. I was like, where the weed at? Where the weed at? Oh, it's in that room. I'm going over here. That was me. So I take the pregnancy test out. I'm over here texting my friends, laughing. Like, I'm like, my mom bought a whole, like, this was before people like they got a whole, but like, I was basically like just clowning it. Like, I was like, you know, like, y'all won't believe what my mom just bought me, man. Like, she got me a pregnancy test, LOL. Like, I'm over here laughing. I was like, man, maybe I'm just like catching the flu or something. Like, I was just saying all sorts of possibilities, but deep inside, like, I was scared. I was like, man. Like, I'm thinking, like, whatever it says, yes. Like, I'm gonna be like my cousin now. She had her baby young. But, like, don't get me wrong, babies are a blessing. I just want to have a better foundation before I have another kid, you know, like, I want to be more stable. Like, I'm doing well right now, but I want to do much better. This next kid I have, I will at least love to be married. There's just goals that I have. So, I took it out. There's 2 in there, so I took the first one. And you know, like in shows, they make it seem like it takes like 2 minutes. No, that stuff is fast. It was fast. I peed on it. Here I was thinking I was gonna place it down. No, also I just see, ooh, and I was like, 1 line, 2 line. No, I was like, stop playing. I was like, stop playing. I was like, oh, thank God there was 2. So I was like, I pulled out the other one, right? Pull out, mind you, like I said, I'm by myself, so I'm over here like, now I can't sit still. I'm like, Lord, stop playing. Lord, I'm like, whoa. I used to watch 16 and Pregnant. I was like, wait, I'm about to be one of them girls. Reality TV camera people at, like, what the heck? Like, I literally could not sit still. I'm in the bathroom. Well, obviously, like, because I'm peeing on the thing. And that's another thing, too. Like, I should have peeped that. My mom had me drinking so much cranberry juice and so many liquids that morning. I was like, why are you? I didn't peep that. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little slow at things. But back then, my mom was like, drink this, drink that. And I was like, why you want me to drink all this stuff, right? She wanted me ready. She already had it in her mind. I'm telling you, when I told her what I said the day before, she had it in her mind, I'm about to see if this little girl pregnant. Because if she is, then we're gonna go on from there. But yeah, I was sitting there like, oh my God. Like, I was sitting, I was like in so disbelief because I was like, this is not my portion. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not my portion. You're playing a trick on me, please. Like, the second one, at least let one of them be negative. I'm like thinking all sorts of stuff. I'm thinking about my daughter's dad. He's probably not even gonna want to be involved. He's younger than me. Like, he's about to be 16. He was 15, I was 16 already. He always had this gift. Like, he always knew when people were pregnant. And when I told him, he wasn't even really that surprised. He wasn't really shocked. Like, he's like, I'm just glad you said it because I was going to say it, I just didn't want to offend you kind of thing. You know, like, and he always said he wanted a baby too. He didn't want it this early, you know, because like we're still in school. But like, you knew what you were doing. We weren't using protection. I mean, we did. Like, I'm not gonna lie, anybody that's sexually active, it just feels different without it. Like, even on the girls' end, like, it just feels different. Like, it feels better. So like, we were taking that risk of making our little baby. So like, thank God, you know, she came out all full of hair and all her limbs and all her fingers and toes and everything. Beautiful little girl, beautiful baby. Like, I look at her baby pictures, I'm like, maybe I could have another one. And I'm going back to school. I've really been having a lot of baby fever lately. And at the same time, I was like, look, you want me to have another one of your babies, especially during COVID and all this stuff? Man, make it serious. He has, but like I said, that's another story for another time. You bump heads and you just throw things at people. I don't even want this. It was kind of like something like that. It was crazy. I'm a little crazier before I learned coping mechanisms and skills to not go kind of ballistic. I'm taking the second one. And like I said, those things were fast. Because in the movie, they make it so, that's what it is. They make it so dramatic. 22 minutes. Oh my God. No, it was like, it got straight to the point. Kind of like vodka. It went straight to the point. So I'm sitting here like, wow. Like, I'm literally like, my mom was actually gone for like a good hour, but it felt like as soon as I was done with that, she could walk through the door. I'm over here sitting here like I'm not even looking at her. Like I had it placed down. She's like, Michayla, what does it say? Right? And I just look up and I just looked over to the counter, like, because I had them both like laid out. Like at this point I'm like, I don't even want to look at it again, because like now the whole world just like, woo. Like, it just like slowed down for me. I'm like, it just slowed down. Like I think that's where like I just felt numb. I felt so numb because I was like looking back, my life was over. Like that life, that young, reckless, wild life, that was over. Like, and it hit me at that moment, like, to be a whole mom out here, a whole young mom at that. So like it just hit me, like. So my mom looked at the test, like she grabbed one of them, and then she just walked out. Then like she didn't leave the house. Like she didn't leave the house. I think she was just had to collect herself, and then she came back. And when she came back, now I'm crying at this point. And I'm trying not to cry now because like I don't know, like I used to be such a thug about things. I used to be such a thug, but like I'm telling you, ever since I had my daughter, like the emotions, I can't hold them back. But like maybe because like I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna thug it out. At least let me get this story out. Let me get this story out. Oh. Okay. So yeah, she came back and I'm like, now I am crying. I was crying at this point. And I was like, I don't know what to do, mom. Like, I don't know. I was saying crazy stuff. Like I was sitting there like, I was like, you gonna make me leave? Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I did say the other alternative, right? My mom was like, no, like, and got like came face to face, like she came to me like, Kayla, I'm not gonna let you go through that, right? But I couldn't even look her in the eye. I'm sitting here like crying, devastated. I'm rocking back and forth on the toilet seat, like, and I was like, what if he doesn't want me involved? What if he? I was like, what if he? Like, I don't know. I was just thinking all sorts of craziness. I was like, what if I do this by myself? I mean, I can't do this, and you know, I thank God. Like, I'm mad at myself for even thinking for that to be an option, because like I look at my baby girl and I'm like, she don't realize like how she saved her mommy's life. Like she saved my life. Like I thank God for her every day. Like I just told you, I'm not gonna cry. Such a G at life. My mom, she's like, well, we're gonna have to call him. Like, he's still at school. She's like, well, let's call his aunt. We call his aunt. She's like, she seemed like she was shocked. She was shocked, but she also knew. Like, she's like, that's why I kept having those dreams. Like, she's like, that's why I kept having those dreams. So like, she's like, oh, come over. She wanted to see the test for herself. Like, so, you know, some people like they gotta see it to believe it. My mom and her like came to an agreement, like kind of like, oh, if I'm having if like, because she has other kids, you know, I was the oldest, but I had siblings underneath. Don't quote me on this. Like, if my mom watching this, from my understanding, this is my perspective. Like, if anything, would she be able to come here, you know, if it's becoming stressful at my household kind of thing? I think they had that kind of agreement, right? So around this time, Michael walks through the door. How did I tell him? I think his aunt told him, but like, I think when I initially said it, like it was just, that's when he was like, I already knew. I think she did tell him, but like I wanted to see his face, like when I said it. Like I was like, so I'm pregnant. And like he just seemed like he was so unbothered by it. But like looking back at it now, he was like, I could see it, like not knowing him now. Like I'm not saying I did not know him. Like I said, we were friends before all this. Like I could tell he was worried, like he was concerned. But he did what he had to do. He went to my first appointment, you know. And I think that's really when it hit him, because like I still really didn't believe I was pregnant. I didn't believe I was pregnant until like when I started showing more. But even that didn't do it for me. Like I think I had to feel her. Like I had to feel her inside me. I was filling out an application at Walmart. To be honest with you, like to be transparent, like I was sitting down. And anybody that's been pregnant before, you like when you feel those first butterfly, excuse my wrinkled shirt. All right, don't judge me. Like I said, this is my lounge wear. All right. I was sitting down. filling out the application, and like I did this, like I had my knees a little more, because you know the little small application, like they're small little, I was doing it in the store too, so like it was like a small little cramped area, so like my knees were like up like this, right? Kind of like, that's how I felt at the time. And like I felt the little butterflies, and I was like, oh. So I sat still this time. Now I'm completely like stopped what I was doing, and then all of a sudden I felt the flutters again, and I was like, oh. I was like, she's really, and like this is before I even knew she was a girl, and I was like, she's here, and I was like, she's there, and I was like, hi, and like the person that was in the back, like the layaway or customer service in the back, that's where I was doing my application. They're like, are you okay, ma'am? I was like, I just felt my baby move for the first time. And she's like, oh, you're pregnant?
Mind your business, bitch. See, a lot of you bitches out here love to mess around and give your opinion when it's not asked for.
I was like, yes. And I told like how many weeks that was and everything. She's like, oh, congratulations. And she's like, I hope you get the job, right? Because I don't know, we just kind of had a little moment like, oh my gosh, well, I hope you get the job. Well, I'm glad that you're like looking for employment. No. And like, I don't know, like, B, first of all, you don't know my life.
Mind your business, bitch.
I've been had jobs. All right, like this right here, this is at the time was a come up for me at the time. But I want to work at Walmart. Like I don't like now. No, that's not the type of. But no, I'm not faulting anybody that work at Walmart. I'm just saying like some people, it's just the customers. Like I don't want to deal with those kind of customers. Walmart customers, like you don't care when you go to Walmart. It's not like Target. You know how like Target, you can wear your loungewear, but it's like your bougie loungewear kind of thing, like different. You know, if you know, like I'm not, like I said, I'm not downplaying any of the Walmart employees. Hey, a job is a job. You working, especially if you're working there in this time. Hey, get your money, all right? But yeah, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I feel her. I saw my mom too after when I came home. I was like, I felt her. And at this time, I was like, I think I was at his house or at his aunt's house, right? So I called my mom and I was like, I felt her for the first time. She's like, oh, and then she like, come over or something. And like, she would just always like put her hand on my belly and like pray over it. I didn't know Melania was a girl at the time, right? But yeah, that's how that's like, I'm kind of, it's getting long, but like, yeah, it was a beautiful blessing in disguise, you know. My little blessing over here, this little girl. That's how I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And like I said, he was very supportive. He went to my first appointments. He went to a few other ones. There was other times that I went, you know, with just my mom. And like, he was still in public school too. Like, he was still in school, and like I was going, at this point now I'm really at the alternative school because they had a program for young moms, like pregnant girls, like they had a daycare and everything. So like, yeah, now I'm for real, like registered for all that. Like I'm in that. I was like in there's this place called Youth where once I turn 18, I can get my own place. So like, I was just setting myself up to be prepared. Like I was setting myself up to be the best young mom that I could. And like, I'm thankful for all the programs, all the people that were there for me, you know, because like not everyone has that. Not everyone has one. And I just want to say to people, or just young individuals, even like guys, like, you know what, at the end of the day, even if y'all don't end up together, you need to like take care of your seed, like as best as you can, like stay out of trouble, like especially for Black people, like we gotta stick together, like, because like you don't want your baby dad to be the stereotypical, like he went to jail or he's going to jail. Like your kid's gonna need their parents, both sides. Like it's very important that they have those connections. It's really important. Why you got so much lip gloss on your lip? Hold on, mama. Hold on. Like you over here. You know you over here trying to mix it all. But your mommy girl and a daddy's girl, you know, like, so it's very important to do what you gotta do regardless, you know. Like, wrong is wrong though. Don't get me wrong. Like, if he or even she's out here, you know, doing you bogus, you know, then find out what you can do to legally do your part for your child. All right. But the whole like, you know, tick for tack kind of thing, like, if anything, just try to uplift one another, because you're really trying to raise your child to be the best version, if not better than you. you know, that's really what the main goal is here. I'm gonna close this off. I hope y'all enjoy this story. Any young parents out there, like I said, you can do whatever you put your mind to. Well, like try to tear you down. Like if you got a goal, God would not give you that goal or the vision for your life if he didn't, if it wasn't meant for you. You know, right? So
remember to like and subscribe
for any more ideas or any more story times or just even different kind of content. Honestly.
or challenges.
Yeah, she's been wanting to do that. Been thinking about some prank stuff.
Me.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all have a blessed day, blessed rest of your week, month, whenever you're watching this. Just remember, God is in control.
And remember
God is in control.
Remember to like this video. Bye.